Touch the blood of your brothers. Your blood.
My name's Ian Talbert, currently 24 years old. My call sign is Primal, and I'm the owner of M.A.S.K Tactical, and we're currently residing in Johnson City, Tennessee. My call sign kind of originated from me being a general primal kind of guy. You know, I'm always focusing on the essential fundamentals, and fundamentals are the pure definition of primal. You know, getting back to the roots and learning how to do things from the very basic level. I'm always talking about the fundamentals, and it's just a crucial part of survival and of performance, in my opinion. So that's why I really like the name Primal, but it was given to me by my peers, and something that, you know, for me, a call sign is something that somebody else assigns to you because that's what they perceive you as, rather than you assigning yourself one. So prior to this, my call sign actually used to be Rogue Knight, which was something that I came up with a long time ago as I was younger. It had a lot of meaning behind it for me, but it was meaning that it was really vague to the outside person. So for me it made sense, but for a lot of other people it didn't make sense. So I've recently decided to change my call sign to Primal. I think it's got a lot more obvious meaning to it, and it's a name that I really like, and it really resonated with me. So that's where I get my call sign from. My background's really not all that extensive. I did 3 years in the Army National Guard in the 29th Infantry Division, 1st and 116th. We were a heavy weapons company specializing in truck teams and you know, heavy gunnery, 50 cals, Mark 19s, 240 Bravos, and things of that nature, and of course, you know, infantry tactics. So I did gain a lot of invaluable experience through my time being enlisted, but I didn't actually get to catch a deployment. Unfortunately, you know, as soon as I got into my unit, they were actually coming back in from a deployment, and you don't typically deploy all that frequently in the Guard. So by the time it came time for me to ETS, I got out, and I didn't re-enlist because I wanted to pursue some very passionate business goals that I had, and to become more family oriented. So as I got out, I started really wanting that camaraderie and that brotherhood feeling that you get from being in the military, and just the military lifestyle altogether. You hate it when you're in, but you miss it when you're out, and that's kind of how it goes. So when I got out, I really started missing it, and that's what kind of drove me to start this business. And this business feeds my hunger to want to do that. So I'm very fortunate and very happy to be able to pursue my dreams and my passions and stuff like that. So as far as the rest of my background goes, I've taken some private sector training. I'm actually an amateur MMA fighter. I've only had one fight up to this point. I'm currently 0-1, but I do plan on getting back in the cage and redeeming myself pretty soon. I'm working on my weight right now, cutting weight, and plan on getting back in the cage hopefully a little later this year, if not next year. And I plan to continue fighting. I use fighting as kind of a goal for my fitness. You know, I'll kind of project that out there, and I'll use that fight, and I'll use all that you know, buzz surrounding the fight to drive myself to perform better when it comes to my fitness goals. Ultimately, I just want to be in really phenomenal shape to increase my survivability, to look good and feel good about myself, and just be able to perform. So instead of going into the gym and lifting weights and getting, you know, sick and tired of doing the same old stuff, functional fitness is really what I focus on, and to me, functional fitness doesn't really get any better than mixed martial arts. So I'm a really heavy practitioner of that. I've got about 7 years of MMA training behind me. I'm not a pro. Like I said, I'm an amateur, but I do hope to make my way into the professional category as time goes by. My personality is pretty straightforward. I'm typically a no bullshit kind of guy, especially when it comes to training and you know, standards of life. I'm a pretty high quality kind of guy, and I try to represent a really high standard of performance in my life. That way, you know, people on the outside looking in can look at that, and I hope that it infects them the same way that it does for me. I try to really radiate that experience out for the world to see, to hopefully change somebody else's life for the better. I think that generations today are growing up conditioned to be soft. I think that they're growing up being conditioned that that's an okay way to live, and then they're then translating that into their kids and so on down the line. And I think that it's only going to progressively get worse. I think the era of the badass or the the hard ass way of life is going to cease to exist. There's very few of us left. So my overall objective is to be the hardest target that anybody ever tries to kill. I think that if you're not training to kill, you're training to be killed. And so for me, I'm always trying to push the standards every single day to increase my survivability in all aspects. And that's essentially why I created this business in the first place, is to help do the same thing in other people's lives. My hobbies, of course, consist of survival training, things of that nature. Anything military, I'm all about it. But other than that, it's pretty much mixed martial arts most of the time. I try to train every single day, just about. I'm really getting really big into functional fitness and things of that nature, and fitness in general, health and fitness in general. I'm trying to really push the bar and become the exact result that I try to encourage everybody else to be. It's an ongoing mission, right? I'm not perfect. There's a lot of things that I've got to do, a lot of progress that I've got to make, but it's just about the mentality. It's just about accepting that that's where you want to be, and creating a clear action plan around that and driving straight towards it. So other than those things, I like to play guitar, I like to sing, I love music, really big into outdoor sports. I grew up playing a lot of basketball, a lot of football, things of that nature. Broke my arm 4 times in the same spot growing up, so I've got a weak wrist and actually had to quit sports halfway through high school. So I miss playing a lot of sports. I don't get to do it a lot in the adult life. But aside from that, I really enjoy graphic design and videography, and that's kind of why I really started this operation and went into the content creation role. I love creating content. I love taking photos and videos and things like that, and designing things. So that's kind of what I did growing up as a kid. I really just submerged myself in that and taught myself how to do it. Other than that, I love movies, I love animals, and that's pretty much the extent of my hobbies and my passions right now. So my primary goal for M.A.S.K is to be a global operation that anybody can take part in, to go from beginner level survivalist to advanced level survivalist. And that is all encompassing. That means a place that you can come to learn combat tactics, get great gear recommendations to get equipped for whatever mission you've got, self-defense skills, preparedness skills, escape and evasion type stuff. Pretty much everything that is revolved around the word survival. We want to be able to provide people training resources and educational resources to take them from beginner to advanced. We've got a long way to go. We're nowhere near that. We're just now starting to get our training products in development. And the way we're going about it is through e-learning, which is digital training. The digital training industry is growing tremendously fast. And it's an industry that I really want to take part in, and that's kind of what my initial goal was with M.A.S.K. It was to create survival training products that were able to be consumed in a digital on-demand format. And that means essentially, so basically, you as the customer would be able to come to us, buy a membership to our organization, and our members are allowed to participate in our training programs. You could be taking a training program on bushcraft skills. Maybe you want to learn how to become an expert on primitive fire making. So we might develop a course that's designed to take you from beginner to advanced level primitive survivalist that is entitled to fire making skills. So you might want to earn our Firecraft tab, for an example. So you would take our course, you would buy our course, consume the information, and then you would go out and apply that knowledge in the field, provide us with the proof that you've actually developed the real skill sets and learned the information, and then you would be able to earn that specific designation within our community. So essentially it's kind of like militaristic structure. If you wanted to go into the Army Rangers, you have to go through Ranger School to earn a Ranger tab. So that's kind of the same structure that we're going to develop. There's a really crucial flaw in the digital training industry that has not really been addressed yet, and there's really nothing as far as digital survival training goes other than just general educational content that's out there on YouTube. You know, you can watch tons of videos on how-tos and things of that nature, but there's not any actual true training out there. There's just educational content. So we plan on creating some actual digital training products that actually develop real skill sets into you, instead of just providing you with educational content that you just catalog, right? That's the problem with a lot of digital training today, is that it's just information. There's nothing that actually compels you to go out and apply those tactics in the field to see if the skill set actually works for you, or to see if you can actually do it. It's one thing to know how to do a bow drill fire, but it's another thing to be able to perform and actually make a bow drill fire. So there's a really crucial flaw with digital training, and we plan on coming out with our own line of innovative products to help people go from beginner to advanced. And like I said, I want it to be a global operation where anybody can come to on demand and increase their survivability rather than just a local level. The problem today is that you know, a lot of operations like us are just focused on a local level business, right? They do classroom settings where they can teach, you know, 15 to 30 people at a time, and that's great, and we plan on doing that too. But we still want to be able to provide resources online to reach the masses. That way we grow into one of the biggest survival-based industries, survival-based businesses within our industry. So that's pretty much where we're going. You know, I mean, I started this operation to make money, obviously, but for me, it's about pursuing my passions. You know, I love this lifestyle, and I really enjoy it. Even if I didn't do it as a business, I would still participate in the lifestyle. So that's, you know, it's just that much more beneficial to me. It means that much more to me to be able to do it as a business too. You know, they say you never work a day in your life if you do what you love, and that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, granted, I still bust my ass and put in a lot of work. At the end of the day, it's just about helping people increase their survivability. That's all I want to do is empower people with the right knowledge and skill sets to increase their survivability. I try to really be a super high standards guy, and I want to translate those standards into my business and into this operation, and hopefully infect everybody else with the same mentality. So, you know, I do almost all the work. I've pretty much been a one-man army for this entire operation so far. A lot of people know that it's just pretty much me. My wife helps me out a little bit here and there, and we've got a couple of admins that help us out, you know, in our groups and stuff like that. But as far as, like, you know, our website, I designed the whole thing. I do all of our videos. I do all of our editing, all of our photography, all of our graphic design, all of our product development. I do literally everything. I don't have any business partners or anything like that right now at this time. So I really take a lot of pride in doing this stuff. I try to be well versed and educated and present the right kind of information for you guys. You know, like I said, I do all this stuff myself. So even right now, you know, you might have thought that I was just talking to somebody, but in reality, there's actually nobody behind this camera at all. So that's kind of, you know, I try to get really involved with the things that I do to provide you guys a really high quality experience. So if anybody's got any questions for me, I hope I covered, you know, a lot of the stuff in this video. Please click the link in the description below to go check out my full bio page. It doesn't have every single detail on it, but it does got the necessities. So if there is anything else you'd like to know about me, my goals for this operation, what I do on a day-to-day basis, you know, whatever you want to know, I'm pretty transparent. And I just want to help increase people's survivability, help empower them with the skills that could potentially save their life one day, or the lives of their loved ones. So if you enjoyed this video, be on the lookout for more warrior profiles from some of our content creators and anybody else that we bring into our organization. I'm going to try to do some more of these videos as we go on everybody else. But till next time, guys, if you like this, please remember to comment, like, subscribe, and catch us on our website. Get signed up as a Warrior Tribe member. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.
The blood of your brothers.
And I've still not even had to change the blade yet. So this thing is a pain when it comes to handsaws. And last but not least, the Badlands Canvax. Pick these up in our store with our branding on it. This is a